How many products should you launch your clothing brand with? In this video, I'm going to answer that question in every possible scenario that has come up running my own clothing brand for the past 8 years, working with thousands of other brands online, and just seeing this come up regularly. Every clothing brand that's launching wants to know, should I launch with one product, with 5 products, with 10, with 50? They're running print on demand, not running print on demand. Whatever scenario you're in right now, by the end of this video, you will have the answer to this question and you'll feel so much more comfortable with whatever decision you decide to go with. The first thing that I want to say on this as a blanket statement is that in most cases, about 80 to 90% of clothing brands that are starting up, the less products that you launch with will be better for you than releasing more products. So just in general, for most brands that are starting up, releasing less products is better than releasing more products. And I want to explain to you exactly why that is. The first thing is that there's less risk. Imagine this scenario. You decide to launch with 20 different products for your brand and you're carrying inventory. You have to invest in all of those different products. Now you've spent a ton of money on inventory to invest in these products and you're relying on them, you're banking on them that you're going to sell through them. In most cases, when you first start out, there's going to be probably 50% that just aren't selling as well. Now you're less flexible when it comes to ordering more inventory as well and to keeping this whole thing rolling. So less products is less risk and it's also more flexible. If you only release a few products and those products don't do well, you haven't invested your entire life savings just to afford those few products, and you're practically able to start up your clothing brand risk-free. Whatever products that you're starting out your clothing brand with, if it's only a few and you're not investing in a crazy amount of inventory, which is what I recommend that you do, and you start really, really low cost to test and to see what your audience is responding to, when you start really low, there's low risk. If all of that product that you come out with, say it's like 50 units, if those don't sell, you can always just scrap those and try again with a new product. If you just right out of the gates invest in 20 different products and you put up all this money and all this inventory, then you're gonna have so much more risk and you're gonna be way less flexible when it comes to, oh crap, this stuff didn't sell, now I need to figure out how the hell I'm gonna keep this whole thing rolling. It's also a lot easier to make one great product than it is to make 10 great products. If your focus is split between all of these different products, it's harder to make them all extra special and extra great. Whereas if you put all of your attention on just a few products and you just worked on making those great, it's likely that those products are gonna be truly superior to whatever your market competition is offering. Another great reason why launching with less products is better than launching with more is that it helps you keep a tight brand identity. The more products that you decide to launch with, the more you're opening yourself up to the potential of some error in creating a cohesive, tight brand identity. Think about it. There's 10 different products. They all need to work together. They all need to fit within the same brand concept, the same brand positioning, the same concept and idea and feeling. And it's hard to do that if you've got 10 different products right out of the gate. It's much easier to do that with fewer products. And another reason why I believe that 80% of brands should start with less products than more is that less products are easier to market than more products. If you've got a ton of different products that you're offering and you're going to create Facebook ads, you're going to create content for social media to try and sell them, then you're gonna have all of these different products that you need to try and promote and sell. Whereas if you only had a few products, it makes your marketing efforts a whole lot easier, a whole lot more focused, and you can just focus on selling those few products. Now, those are just general thoughts that I want you to think about for why less products is better than selling more products at the beginning. But there's also specific scenarios where selling more products could be a really good thing. And before I get into that, I wanna let you know that Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at BrandCrowd. BrandCrowd's a logo maker tool. You type in the name of a logo that you want, smack that enter button. Thousands of logos are going to come up. You choose a logo that you like, then you can edit and refine that logo as long as you want for free until it's perfect. This is a Hundo P design I made for my own clothing brand using BrandCrowd. If you're interested, head over to brandcrowd.com/apparel success and you can get up to 66% off at checkout. Okay, so there's a specific scenario where selling more products at the beginning is actually better than selling less. And this involves using print on demand for your logistics. If you're not investing in inventory for your brand and you're not going to be sending out all of the orders for your brand, and you can create designs and sell products completely risk-free financially, which is what print on demand allows you to do, since every time an order gets placed on your website, somebody else will make it and print it and ship it for you. This is a scenario where a specific type of brand concept using print on demand could actually be better off with more products than less products. If your brand concept is one of those brands that's just offering a whole bunch of different designs, and it's likely that somebody will come to your website and say, no, that one's not for me. No, that one's not for me. That one's definitely for me. And I want to pull up an example of a brand like this. If you check out Cowboy, I forget what the website's name is, Cowboy something. I'm putting it on the screen here. This is the type of brand where the t-shirts that they sell and the clothing that they sell is like, they know that there's a whole concept here of sort of retro ideas and just these funny, interesting t-shirts. And that likely if somebody's scrolling through their site, they'll come across one piece that they like. This is a scenario for your brand, if this is the type of brand that you're starting, where selling more products was better than selling just a few. Because it's giving your website visitor a chance and a higher probability of finding a piece of clothing that truly resonates with them and that truly works with them. Like for example, when I'm scrolling through this site, I may not like a lot of these, but if I see the shirt that's got Adam Sandler on it and it looks really retro and I'm like, oh, I watched all those Adam Sandler movies growing up. This is totally sick. I want to rock this. I might place an order and I might buy. But for most clothing brands starting up, streetwear, lifestyle, if they tried to do this type of clothing brand, they'd end up likely just creating a lot of decision-making fatigue and hurting their overall brand image. Because it's likely that if you're offering this many different designs and you're just throwing random designs onto your site and just hoping people will buy, you're hurting your brand image. You're not giving it the best shot at creating those few products that people really, really love. So it doesn't matter if you're keeping inventory or if you're using print on demand, if you're trying to create a cohesive brand that's got that real power to it where people see it and it's sort of iconic because everything's so consistent and everything's always just looking just like your brand is supposed to look, then less products will help you achieve that over more products. And what do I mean by less products here? I believe for most clothing brands, when they're launching, the optimal amount to launch with is 5 products or less. I think going over 5 products and getting into 10 products or 20 products to start with just introduces so much confusion, so much risk and unnecessary gambling to your brand and just unnecessary work for you as well when you get started. Launching with 5 products allows you to keep everything nice and tight, keep that brand consistent, make great products, have more flexibility if some of those products aren't selling well, less risk if you're investing in more inventory, and if in the worst case scenario, you barely even sell any of those 5 products that you launch with, you could literally probably scrap all of them and launch with 5 more products and test 5 more products because you've got the budget to do that. Whereas if you invested in 10 or 20 different products and you put all of your money down and you went absolutely huge from the beginning and just banked on it, you're likely going to be completely screwed if things don't work out for you, which is highly likely if you don't have any proof of concept yet and no feedback on your brand. I'd love to hear in the comments below how many products your clothing brand launched with or is launching with. Let's compare against all of our different brands and share your reasoning down there as well. If you want to dive deeper with me and other clothing brand owners, check out apparelsuccessmastermind.com. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.